Hey, good evening. Good evening. What's going on, everybody out there in the social media world? And tonight is Monday night, and it's a good thing because we're all here, um, and this is our last night that we will be doing two shows a week. I guess we'll be doing it Monday, Tuesday, hopefully, because we, as many of you may know, Power is coming back on Friday. It will be dropping. So we'll be doing two shows for about 4 weeks, and that's a good thing for what we like to do because we really enjoy this, and we have some very interesting text messages. So appreciate all you guys in the chat that join us. Appreciate all you guys in the chat that will look at the playback as well. Supporting gaming, what's going on? Hey, Keisha. Keisha,
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
how you doing?
I'm here. How are you guys?
You sound frustrated.
That's what's up. So supporting gaming, I see your first statement. I'm glad that you decided after the last stream to continue watching, and you caught up, which is really a good thing. And
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear everybody well, and very interesting. I'll kick it off this week.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting episode to say the least. I will honestly say, I don't think the episode was a ugh. I don't think it was great. I thought the episode was really good. I was mad at these two because they didn't tell me about the ending when we saw Trig get arrested. Victor. I was actually hoping some action would happen for him because the mental chess that this guys go through throughout these episodes, I was just getting tired of it. Like, dude, you got to figure out what you're going to be. You came back to Chicago to make sure that your little brother was okay. You talking about you don't want to be in politics, but you don't want to do the one hand wash the other thing, a quick pro quo. I mean, this is the game that you chose to do. You need funding for your center, but you talking about defunding the police. You know, when you allocate money for a budget, it's got to be for a lot of things. And I'm glad they closed that narrative with defunding the police in that show because I always think that defunding the police, the wording is always crazy anyway, and that's a whole different topic on the politics. But I really thought the episode was good. I really liked the interaction between the young lady and Tiff, where she told Tiff, like, look, I thought the episode, like I told Dwayne, it was a super feminine episode, a lot of feminist talking points, where they said, a woman always got to be a woman to solve everything. And I thought that was a little bit cheap. But other than that, like when she told Tiff, like, yo, you see all these women in here? These women got power because they know how to use what they know and what they got to their situation. And Tiff needs to learn the game. Tiff needs to know how to be a person of power and control instead of just so reactional and just, she wants the money, she wants the status, but she's got to learn how to, maneuver. So I thought that was interesting. So
What happened to Dwayne?
He probably just had a phone call.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Keisha?
It was meh. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I do think that it continued to further some of the stories or whatever. As far as Trig, though, I kind of think that his dilemma is kind of honest. This is why activists really shouldn't go into being politicians. It's two different lanes or whatever. So an activist, they not kissing babies and shaking hands, they more forceful. I really don't know why Duda had to string arm him for the marijuana contract. Like, I didn't understand that. Like, marijuana's legal. It's probably been legal. It's been legal, or in the industry in Chicago. So I didn't understand what the push for that was. Keisha and the baby father thing, I felt like that was very like it was no suspense to it. Like, it's very immediate. of where that storyline is going. Um, but yeah, like outside of that, like it wasn't too many things that was like memorable for me. I guess Papa and Kenya are still friends. I wouldn't have been Papa's friend. Um, so that's going to be a dynamic that I would like to see where that plays out because she called him on his BS. You know, you could believe your father about what he said about me, but not about what he said about my father.
Mm.
So, you know, I'm interested to see where we're going from here.
It's absolutely. Good evening, Nicole. Dwayne,
Yes.
uh, your
Am I
opening
on there?
monologue. Your opening
On there?
monologue on the episode, sir.
I'm on there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was a middle of the road episode for me. You know, I took a couple of notes because there was a couple of things that bothered me. One, what are they doing to Duda that he getting his feelings hurt when he heard she said he was transactional? Meanwhile, when he was laying up with her a couple of episodes ago, he was texting Tracy. That's one. Two, when Duda gets so frightened to open up packages and stuff? It ain't like he ain't never been shot before. It ain't like people ain't trying to kill him before. So this last attempt on his life, all of a sudden got this hardened criminal shook, telling him, you open it up. Even if it was something that was gonna explode, if he opened it up, your ass still was gonna blow up. So I didn't understand that, right? Number three, Lene. Is that how you say her name? Lene,
Mhm.
Lene? Okay. Her in that scene with Bakari talking about, I'm gonna talk to my mother and see if you could live here. Your mother who? Nina? Is that, are you calling her mom now? Like, because we ain't established that, right? We
Did
ain't
they
established.
adopt her?
Yeah, but we ain't. But yeah, did they? I mean, we don't got Dre no more. So, like, for her to be like, I'm gonna see if my mother will let you stay here. Do she not know who her adoptive mother is? You thinking because she let you stay with Kevin and them that she gonna let Bakari come in that house? You got another thing coming. I got a problem with that. Um, so does Duda have a problem with Tip because Rob tried to kill him? Is that his problem with it? When he talking about I don't trust your ass and all that?
But the funniest thing about that with Duda saying that to Tiff, a couple sentences prior to that, he said, me and your boyfriend got business together."
Right.
Now, is she talking about Rob? Is he talking about Rob, or is he talking about Emmett?
Evan, yeah, I don't know. So then, what am I up to? Number 5.5.
Yeah.
Yo, Zay, what is Zay? Come on, Zay. You telling on Bakari's sister, look, she got a song on the radio.
Yeah.
She ain't getting it done what you trying to get done. So what
Ugh,
you got to do? Completely eliminate all the competition?
that was cheesy,
around
yo.
Duda?
That was cheesy. Like if you his henchman and you supposed to be looking in his best interest at her, like yeah, you ran back and told him about the song. Handle it.
Point six. When Bakari's sister was like, don't be writing down something about killing that man. The feds can find out. The whole world know he killed Rodney. Stop it. What are we doing with that? He shot the man in broad daylight in front of people after a little gathering for the new Smokies. What are we doing? But other than that, I'm happy with the direction of the second half of season 6.
I hate the whole storyline with Bakari and what's the sister name?
I can't even remember her name.
I mean, I don't like it. Like she telling on her, like it's stupid to
And
me.
then, I'm
He
sorry.
mad at her because they was in foster care and he didn't come back. She didn't come back and get him. It seems like you have these two as foster kids, but it's like a whole story that we don't know about where they had a beef,
Okay.
and you're not giving us enough background for us to even understand what's going on.
Can I get to point 7 and 8 real quick before I forget? Now I love the shot, right? I love the shot. Y'all know this. We've been doing this. But they keep making references and stealing lines and stuff. Thank you, Support Gaming. Brittany, that's right. Making references, stealing lines from other shows. Now all of a sudden, Alicia is Lady Eloise from Boomerang. She's
Well,
sitting there in sexy lingerie in front of Emmett, conducting business, laying
you
him
know,
in the bed. You know what I mean?
Dwayne,
Then,
I just knew when Rashad opened that door, she was going to be buy a bar, buy a piano, buy pictures or something, and he was open up the going. She's sitting there in the bed with a lingerie on, showing cleavage and stuff.
now, don't get me wrong. Lynn Whitfield is still a beautiful woman, even at her seasoned age. She is, but come on. And then
Rashad just laid it down. Y'all didn't get that memo? Rashad just laid her old ass back. She was recovering.
Yeah, so why Rashad want her dressed like that in front of Emmett?
Yeah.
All right, and so let's talk about that scene, right? She shamed Emmett again, where Emmett is like, dude, I said the Harlem location is blowing up. Have you been there?
We said that 2 seasons ago.
We did. And then I want y'all to peep what Emmett said. Oh, my brother gonna help me make sure that the books is right.
Now all of a sudden he welcomes the brother after one episode.
It took me out, y'all. It took me out. And I'm done for now because I've been running my mouth. But those are the 8 points of this episode that bothered me. It was 8 of them.
You know, when you're watching it, you wanted to try to keep a momentum, and then it's like, okay, they throw this episode in there. Like I said, I didn't have a major issue with the episode, but when I look back at it now that you're saying all these points, Dwayne, it does make it seem like, okay, y'all was being cheap this particular day during filming, and y'all rushed through certain things. Like you said, all that talking about Emmett and his brother, all was like, we ain't even seen him in Smokies yet.
We didn't even know he got hired yet.
Well, maybe because Papa took that other job he hired. Dwayne, I don't even think I finished watching the episode, so I didn't even get to the 8 points. I kept falling asleep. Like I said, it didn't hold me. And Tiff was show her age. That was messy and corny. Like, why would she say that to Duda? Like, it's no purpose in her saying that. And Duda is so emotional. Carlu, like, everything he's so emotional about, like, knock it off. That bother him. I can't.
Saying it was transactional.
I mean, it is.
Him out of all people know that. He's been transactional since the beginning of the season.
She was just laid up with him, and he was trying to get to the other. What's the other lady name?
Tracy.
Yeah, he was just trying to get with Tracy. Like, what? Equal rights, sir.
Yeah, and see, this is our critic side coming out now. And this is because now when we start to dissect this episode again and go over it more and more, you start realizing, like, yo, was this episode really a cheap one, yo? And supporting game, and I'm like you, sometimes the Shy takes on the appearance of a comedy. Like
my apologies, y'all. I had to switch devices. My tablet was acting up again. I couldn't hear y'all. My apologies.
You good, brother?
I should have known better.
Why you say that?
Cause it's been messing up, and I shouldn't even went to it. So, yeah, I'm with Keisha on a lot of the things she said that I heard though, and I don't want to be critical. I think they were on a great roll, and you know what? Even though it was a mid episode, it's better than mid episodes in the past. You know. But they gotta find something for some of these characters.
Dwayne, you took the thought right from me. The Shy has about 6 characters that they don't need. They don't need them. They don't need Nina. They don't need Dre. But they don't got Dre. They don't need Nina. They don't really need Darnell and his wife no more. Like, where's Tracy? They don't need Tracy, but for eye candy. Like, what are we doing here?
So when are they going to show us Lala again? When Lynn Whitfield comes around to see the establishment for the first time?
Yeah, Lala be sitting there talking about, I got stakes in this.
So where's Lala in New York? At the other Smoky?
That's what I'm saying. Like, where's she at? Where's she at? Lene serves no purpose. I'm sorry, she don't. I know she there for Bakari, give him support. You know, I'm tired of Gemma. She don't really like. I'm tired of her.
And then even when they do that, Wayne, when they'll show Gemma and her father and his lady for 2 episodes, and then don't show them for 3, like Shy is losing that community type of show feel. It's literally all over the place.
There should now that Kevin is gone, right? Now that Kevin is gone, there should never be an episode that doesn't have Papa and Jake in it. They should be in every episode.
You showed Jake the last episode getting top, and now we don't see Jake again. Oh, we wanted Jake. We wanted to see what happened. Like, you know, did he go running telling his friends? Did he keep it quiet? Like,
I got a question for y'all, right? Because Lene said she want Bakari to go back to school, right? So you want him to go back to school, and I got another quick point on Bakari after this. But did they tell us if he graduated high school?
From what we understand, Bakari
I would say he didn't.
Right. And Bakari worked for Duda, right? Right? Bakari making a little bit of cash, right?
Why he couldn't buy no laptop?
He can at least buy a Chromebook. Why they got this boy typing on a typewriter? It's 2024.
Dwayne, a
Chromebook. Who has a typewriter anymore?
Hey, supporting gaming, we're going to talk about this right now, what you said. Now, all of a sudden, Keisha's son finally became important again. Supporting gaming is a spoiler that we're not going to talk about it today, but it's the reason why her son became important again. I think it's a little cheat way of writing, but it's going to be talked about in the next 2 episodes on why her son is so important in the show. Yep. I still think it's kind of cheesy, but you know,
very cheesy. Very cheesy.
I just feel like I'm gonna leave it alone. I felt like she would have thought that already, but
you know, she was kidnapped. She didn't know what was going on with her. You know.
I'm glad that Rashad and Vic had a conversation. I think that. I like what Rashad said to him. He's like, yo, you just feeling guilty. Right. I like that scene. That was a good scene. Because
you feeling guilty, man.
I mean, he probably was feeling guilty, but at the end of the day, like Victor just, the whole way that they just, his character is going, it's like, it's confused. And then, old girl was touching his hand.
And then the feds came in.
Let me tell you something. I like the other brother better.
Reg?
I like Reg 110% better. The character was better. The relationship with him and Jake was better. And the more you got to know Reg, you understood that he was a product of his environment. He wasn't like such the bad person.
Right.
And he had connection with them taking him off the show.
Man, when Vic first stepped on the scene, he was stepping to everybody.
Yeah.
He even stepped to Duda. So I'm confused. I'm confused why Duda ever even left him alive the way he was coming.
That's what I'm saying.
But they making Duda all soft and shit. I don't know.
Support gaming. Tell us why Reg got killed off. Come on, tell us. Tell us why they killed Reg off. We here for it. It's that month, right?
Well, now y'all here for it. I ain't touching it. I'm a man of the people for the people. I'm
That's
what Victor,
that's what Trigg said.
I'm what Victor's supposed to be.
They told him Black Caucus told him, yo, quick pro quo.
Yeah, and now
You want your money? You want your money for your shelter?
But how is eye heal up so fast?
Because just last week it was talking to everybody.
When Shy told him to stop looking at his eye.
Stop looking at I can't stop looking at it. It's looking at me.
I mean, I just don't understand why Trig should feel guilty because Rashad was living in his car.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
The craziest thing is that every time where Rashad gonna get some tail, yo. He was when he was living at Vic house, he had an old girl. Now, I hope they'll never bring his ex-girlfriend back. She's done. She has no purpose in the series.
Sure she does. Her and Tracy's gonna swing an app.
He's a homosexual. It's a lot of men like that.
Okay. I'm done. I have been taken out.
Well,
Lovely Keisha.
I'll be honest with you guys.
Keisha
I can't. One thing about me is I can't force myself to conversate about something that is not much conversation. So I'm going to give you guys my rating because I jumped out the window and I started the show. I'm going to give this a 6.5.
Well, you did better than Dwayne. He said a 6.
I gave it a 6.
I say a 5.5. It couldn't even hold me. I still don't know what happened.
Well,
I think I missed something in the middle.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Nicole said a 6.
Keisha, I'm going to tell you the truth. I watched it 2 times, right? But the reason I had to watch it 2 times.
Support Game gave it a 4.
I fell asleep halfway through the first time. And then when I watched it again the second time, I fell asleep again. So then I had to watch it. I don't even want to count it as a third time because both times I only got halfway through. And then the third time I was able to watch it all the way through.
Yeah, that's why you had 8 points. I don't even think it wasn't memorable. You know, like we quoting stuff that happened in the other episodes. This episode wasn't memorable to me.
Yeah, it was mid. It was a mid episode. Really was, man. And we knew it was coming, right? But so now we're through what? We're through 12. This was episode 12. We got 4 more episodes.
I think this was a terrible idea to have a mid episode, and Power is coming back this week as well. So that episode definitely needs to pick it up this week.
Interesting. TV, this series picked up at a perfect time for network TV to be on their hiatus for the season. So they do kind of got like the next couple of weeks to only compete against Power, and maybe some things that may drop on Netflix, Prime, and Hulu. But like I said, I think they need, if they're gonna do the way that they did it, they need to. These next 4 episodes need to be bangers, like bangers, like boom.
Can we speculate without giving it up? Do we think the rumor is going to be a banger? Do we think that's going to make people be like, oh my God?
I think it's going to bother people like me. Like what I told you on the phone. Why? Because here it is. It's such a hard pivot to what we've been told, to what we've seen, that, we got to be like, okay, we remember it. And we remember the situation.
I'll tell y'all offline what my opinion is. I'm not shocked that they're pivoting this way, but considering, I don't think that it makes sense.
Yeah, because I want to say something offline.
If you're gonna pivot this way, don't go slow. Don't pivot slow. Pivot all the way, and it could open up a whole different can of worms, and it could change lives. But anyway, I don't want supporting gaming. And Nicole, anybody that hasn't watched the show don't know what we're talking about. we don't want to spoil it if they haven't seen it already, because the internet is just the internet.
The internet's win.
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, I don't have any final thoughts, you guys. Appreciate you guys in the chat for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Y'all got any final thoughts?
Have a good night.
I'll get a better episode come Friday. And because it's heat, and come Friday, I'll look to the final season. Part 1 of the final season is upon us. And so, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, we'll talk off air. But with that, you guys, appreciate you guys in the chat supporting us. Remember, the best way to support the channel is to like, share, subscribe. Until then, take care.